giving you a voice,
making it loud our own way.
Welcome to the fun.
First Updates Now is brought to you by viewers like you. Fun relies on the generous support of our fans in order to continue to keep creating content. Please consider donating, giving bits, or subscribing. Subscribe for a few bucks a month or for free through Twitch Prime. And don't forget that our subscribers get 5x chance to win on all giveaways.
Yeah, so we're going to move on from VEX products right now, and we have some questions for the two of you.
Sure.
So a little bit of background. So how long have both of you been involved with VEX? How long have you been working for VEX? And kind of what's your personal history with VEX involvement and first involvement?
Yeah, started first.
Loaded questions. So
it's a very loaded question. I started in FRC and competitive robotics in 2002 and was involved for 1 year in high school, 4 years in college. I used to work for the first VEX challenge and then moved on. Yeah, there it is right there. That's my 2002 career, which is up right now, is probably one of the coolest robots in FRC. So I really lucked out getting onto a cool team, and it set up my first career. And then after college, I went and worked for First on the then pilot First VEX Challenge, and worked for a couple different engineering and manufacturing companies, and then found VEX Robotics again and said, well, I have a lot of experience and it'd be great to come on board. So since then, I have been we support a lot of different robotics competitions. First is just one of the many, actually, that we support. And I kind of head up all the operations, sourcing, logistics, purchasing, all that good stuff.
I'm just watching this video, looking at all the cool hairdos.
The early 2000s were a wonderful time. It was fantastic.
I first got involved in competitive robotics in 2005. Was my rookie year in FRC. Was a founding student on a team out in San Diego, Team 5038, and then eventually moved on to continue to mentor them, and then left the team in 2016 to eventually come work for here at VEX. So actually today is my 2-year anniversary here at VEX. So it is actually.
I knew that, actually. I was
your
waiting.
bonus is in the mail, don't worry.
I'll be celebrating with you. Yes. Moving on.
So I got involved in, so that's my background in First and in competitive robotics.
So we have a question kind of for each of you. What is your personal favorite VEX product?
VEXpro or VEX product? That's very specific. Oh, so for both. For VEXpro, I think the ratchet slice, because I had a lot of fun saying that's so ratchet on the video last year for our reveal. And I think for VEX overall, we sell a lot of different interesting products that are not related necessarily to competitive robotics, and those get pretty weird. So I have a good time trying to source fun things like wolf puppets. But I think honestly, my favorite VEX product is our mechanical wheels, the VEX EDR. They're a good time.
I would say my overall favorite VEX product, we'll start there, would probably be the VEX IQ system, because it gives me a lot of, it reminds me, I know it's not one. It's not a single product. I'm cheating on this one. Cool. Probably because it reminds me a lot of, growing up and playing with Legos as a kid. It's a very similar system. My favorite VEXpro product would probably be the universal female output shaft, because it allows you to do some pretty nifty things with our products.
And like I kind of mentioned, I just started a VEX IQ team for my little brothers and sisters and cousins, and I went from 0 programming experience to being able to program a functional robot in a day. And nice. It was intuitive and fast, and it just kind of worked, which was really awesome. And yeah, I didn't have to mess with anything. It connected to my iPad, and I programmed the thing, and it worked. So it was a lot of fun for me, even as an adult now, working with something that's made for elementary middle schoolers.
It's kind of fun across the board, even though John cheated and picked an entire design system instead of a single product. But it actually is a lot of fun, and the fact that it is such a great beginner system. Even I really enjoy it, even though I'm an old lady. So it's kind of it's really neat to be able to sit down and just get started right away. So I'm glad you had that experience.
Yeah, so one of the things that I'm wondering, and I know some others are wondering, is are any of the products going to be in stock before September 30th?
Before September 30th, yes. Yes,
okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's
a good question, and that's a fair question, and yes.
So we've got a lot of questions from our chat. So Crabbing_B is wondering, will VEXpro be focusing more on Thunder Square or 3/8 Thunder Hex for FTC?
The simple answer is both. The reason being is that we have products that handle both. You know, most of the VEX EDR system now is all using square shaft. Most of the items in VEXpro are some sort of hex. So we'll probably be sticking to both and not necessarily settling on one or the other. We'll continue to let teams pick and choose, and we'll try and make sure that everything that we do will at least be able to work with both options. So,
can you guys explain what this means? What does Thunder Hex and Thunder Square actually mean?
Yeah, so
I hear Thunder Chicken when I hear that. So it's an FRC joke.
Weird.
So our president, Paul Copioli, used to mentor a FRC team called the Thunder Chickens. And one of the tricks that they used to do was, this is before like hex bearings even existed, way back in the mid 2000s, is they would take hex stock and they would turn down the corners of the hex stock so it was a circle, and then it would fit through a round, like a standard metric bearing. So all Thunder Hexes, we did the same thing. So now we just make a piece of hex stock that has the circle circumscribed on the corners. So it's not completely round, but it's not truly hex, and it'll fit through a round bearing. So what's nifty about that is that you can, the bearings are a lot stronger because you're not putting a hex bore through a ball bearing. The other thing is that you don't have to play the game of like trying to get the hex to line up with the hex on the bearing. So when you have like a long mechanism where you can't quite reach the bearing, you don't have to sit there and play this game of like trying to line everything up. So it just fits through just like a round bearing. And the same concept goes with the Thunder Square. It's actually just our high strength EDR shaft. But what we do is we put the same circumscribed circle on the outside, and that allows it to fit through a bearing, or through a round. Sorry.
Yeah. Are there any real advantages to either side if you go hex or square?
Not particularly, no. They're both about the same. I think they're actually close to about the same weight per, like, you know, if you measure like an 18-inch length of the Thunder Hex or the 3/8 Thunder Hex versus like an 18-inch long piece of quarter-inch square, it'd probably be about roughly the same weight because one's made of aluminum, one's made of steel. So there's not really a big advantage one way or the other.
So Magflake 123456 from the chat's wondering, are you guys making new Mecanum wheels?
Because we are a product design company, we do keep a lot of things in the bank. That is something we have discussed for some of our product lines, but it's not something that we're like looking to release immediately. But who knows what could happen in the future.
Don't get me sure in these crazy times.
Yeah, anything can happen. There's no rules these days. So.
So 12897 Nateless asks, do Coulson wheels give any major advantage over other wheels in pushing matches? And were you intending when you made it for it to be used for defense?
So some of those questions I can't quite answer because I wasn't here when we made the initial release of the Coulsons. They do over time during a match, especially when you're getting into pushing matches, will heat up a little bit and they will get a little softer. So you could get a little bit of extra traction out of them. So for defense, yeah, they're probably a little better for defense than some of our other wheels.
G Sharma 226 is wondering, will there be elevator/slide COTS components for FTC in the future?
That is something we are currently looking at for all of our product lines. So that includes VEXpro, VEXEDR, and VEXIQ as well. But it's something we are certainly looking at because obviously that is a huge part of competitive robotics.
Yeah, everybody always needs linear slides. So, and they're never really easy either. So, the next question from crabbing_B, will the old version of the 4-inch Omni wheel still be able to purchase if they don't like the newer version as much?
Unfortunately not. In this case, we decided to move forward with the new design for various reasons. It wouldn't really benefit us to carry both at the same time. So speaking just from a business standpoint there, we do believe that the new version is superior in all ways. So we've discontinued the old one, unfortunately. If you are really in a bind, you can always get a hold of us, and if I have a spare, maybe we could send them to you, but in truth, we're not selling them anymore.
That was a good operations question.
Yes.
So someone in chat is wondering if the number 25H chain is pre-stretched.
None of our chain is pre-stretched.
Yeah, what does pre-stretched chain mean?
I would assume, based on what he's talking about, is that you could, that it is coming pre-stretched. So what the supplier will do is they'll go and pre-tension the chain. But that is a not trivial process for some of our suppliers to do. So it does not come pre-stretched.
Yep. Another question we have from WStartWW. When are the 1/2-inch Thunder Hex bearings going back in stock?
So the 217-3875 bearing, I believe.
No, Thunder Hex would be 4006.
Oh, the 4006 bearing. Well, I can tell you right now that as we're getting in stock for the season, everything is in progress. So if you're looking for specific product updates, I can always look that up. If you just email sales@vex.com, we can absolutely provide you a better date when things are coming in stock if it's not already set on the website. And so we have a lot of shipments that are coming in. Honestly, it's daily at this point for containers, I believe. And so I can give you a better estimate, but I don't know offhand.
There you go, Sanford. XW00 is wondering, what do you recommend for connecting the square outputs of VEX motors, which are considered servos and FTC, to traditional FTC hardware like Tetrix or Acto Robotics?
So probably the best solution I have for that would be to actually double stack some adapters. So we sell, because the 393 motors that everybody uses in FTC, because those have the 1/8-inch square shaft, which is a little smaller, obviously, than the 1/4-inch square. What you can do is we sell 1/4-inch to 1/8-inch square adapters. So you can slide that onto the shaft and then take a 1/4-inch square Versa hex adapter and slide that over that adapter. And then that will allow you to run a 1/2-inch hex product on that shaft. There is actually an example on the flex wheel side as well. If you go look there under the application examples, we do have a flex wheel being ran on. The picture may be a little on the small side, but we do have it running on a 1/8-inch square shaft. Yeah, that picture, that one at the very end, I think, or the one next to that one. I think it's the third one away. I'm trying to remember from when I set that up. That first one, yeah. So that one that's third away is using it. So what you'll see there is the flex wheel. Then there's the Versa hex adapter, the 1/4-inch square Versa hex adapters, and then there's the 1/8-inch to 1/4-inch adapters that we have in EDR. So, and then you can run the 1/8-inch shaft in there. So that would probably be your best bet in terms of like adapting it to a larger shaft. That is not something that we can really do with our system at the moment, but it's something we are certainly looking at for the future.
Okay, so we'll do a couple kind of rapid fire questions. Chris Pine in the chat asks, are the Colson wheels good on foam tiles?
They are. On some of the prototype robots that we had made that I was talking about earlier in the show, those are actually using Colson wheels as well, because we were curious, like, how much damage are they doing to the Colson wheels, or how much damage are they doing to the tiles, not necessarily the wheels, and how are they holding up? And they held up just fine, and they weren't really damaging the tiles either. So pretty confident they would be just fine in FTC as well.
Awesome. So 12897 Nateless asks, are the 1/2-inch bevels coming back anytime soon?
Those I can confirm. They are on the way very shortly. So watch the website for those. Yeah.
So Nick Cousins has a queue for John Jack. Where is my 775 Pro gearbox?
I don't know. Why haven't you made it yet? I'm just kidding. I just like messing with him.
Tell him to email me.
That is, but
tell him to email me.
There you go.
Or if Kevin email me.
So, all right. So someone messaged me on Discord, Luke from FRC Team 4131, and asked, "Are there any plans to add 3/8 hex bore pulleys?"
We have discussed it, but I will say that there is no plans to do that for this year. But it is something we have discussed. Not to beat around the bush there on that one, but it's something we discussed. Like we discussed doing a lot of things, but part of the trick is like it's easy for us to like, oh, you know, what would be a really cool thing to do would be this, but we also have to kind of curtail that to a degree as well and make sure that we're releasing products that a wide variety of customers can use.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, on our roadmap, we have a ton of new products that we'd like to come out with. If there's enough demand from our community, it's good to know that. Maybe we'll expedite that rollout a little bit more. So if you do have those product ideas, and we're getting a lot of questions about, do you carry this or what do you have? Send them to us. The best way for us to kind of gauge what the community wants is from hearing from you directly.
That is awesome. So our next question from Matt Train 101. Have you done a full 42-pound robot test with the 3.25-inch traction wheels on foam tiles for the 15-second interval that first requires for a legal wheel?
We have not done that traction test, but we will do that traction test very soon. We will post the results.
All right, nice. That'll be helpful. So Arjun from 9794 wizards.exe is wondering, will you guys ever make a VEXpro version of the Kiwi drive for FTC?
I will say that we were developing the Versa chassis Mini. It was something that had come up, and we decided to shelf that for now. But there could be a possible upgrade kit for that in the future.
All right, nice.
I like how Tyler can pull up these videos like on demand.
I put them in the chat. I put them in our doc.
That's amazing.
So I think you guys wanted to talk about Team IFI expanding into FTC.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about what Team IFI is?
So we sponsor a group of teams in FRC currently that essentially we consider them part of our family. We're a good group of teams that they use VEX products. They come up with all kinds of cool ideas. They give us feedback on those products. And we sponsor them as to show not only do we sponsor competitive robotics, but Team IFI in general is just hey, we're part of this community and we want to show what cool things that VEXpro can do. So
we talked amongst ourselves for a while and decided that we're going to expand Team IFI not only to FRC, but also into FTC as well. So we're going to add 2 teams this year that are FTC teams. One of them is Team 4216, that's Rise of Hephaestus from San Diego, California. And the other is Team 4029, which is 2 bits in a byte from Lexington, Massachusetts. So they're going to be our first 2 Team IFI teams for the 2018-2019 season. And then depending on how the program goes and how we feel it's going, we may expand that as well in the future.
So John, if a team in the future wants to become part of Team IFI, do we just wait for announcements, or what do they do if they want to get in contact with you?
Honestly, I think we'd love to hear from them.
Yeah, if they're interested, let us know.
Yeah, we're always, like I said, the best part of helping out our community is hearing from you and then being able to satisfy demand. So if you guys are interested, let us know.
Yeah, I think you guys also wanted to talk about the build blitz that you guys will be doing on 9/17 through 9/21.
That one's all you.
All right. So we've done this in the past with FRC. We've seen that there's several groups at FTC that do this as well. What we're going to do is we're going to do a build blitz. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through, take the new game, break down the new game, start working on mechanisms to play that new game, and maybe even develop an entire robot or 2, maybe 3 if we're really ambitious to play that game. So we're going to do that between the weeks of September 17th through the 21st. are the dates that we're going to do it through. So you can check out buildblitz.com, and we can and you can see what's going on there starting on September 17th. And I think tomorrow we're going to start posting bios. All the engineers are going to be involved with this as well.
So that's pretty cool. And going off that, we're doing our own kind of version of Build Blitz. Ethan and I, along with my team, 3507 Robotheosis in Chicago, and some others around the Illinois community and our team's alumni community, are doing a robot in one weekend. Rev Robotics and Andy Mark have been gracious enough to give us some products. So we're going to be using the Vex FTC, or the Rev, sorry, I get so confused, Rev FTC kit, and then some of the Andy Mark simple superstructure frame kit to build some awesome robots for you guys to check out. We're also going to be doing breakdowns of what the game is, scoring elements, and some other things to showcase how you guys can kick off the Robo Ruckus season. So we're streaming that on Fun from 11 to 5 on kickoff day. So that's Saturday, September 8th, and 9 to 5 on the 9th.
So Man and Jack, what we're going to do is we're going to take the amalgamation of Andy Mark and Rev and go full on battle bots against the Vex robots that you guys have built to see which one truly stands to the FTC test. Are you up for that?
You know what? Honestly, we are good friends with both companies, and so I think we'd all have a good time. I think we'd all have a good time with it. And maybe if we got
we'll call it FTC Fight Night.
And you and you guys sponsor a lot of BattleBots teams, right? So we can get a battle box for this. Yeah.
Yeah, so we do. We sponsored, I believe, 10 different BattleBots teams, which is on right now, I believe, on the Science Channel, and Fridays on Discovery. But we sponsored 10 different teams this year, which that has been interesting to watch for sure.